provincial title and securing an historic All-Ireland semi-final place on August the 9th. This afternoon, Ulster's football crown was at stake, and surprisingly there was no Down involvement in this one. The All-Ireland champions ousted by Derry, and opposing them a Donegal side who themselves had their title taken away from them 12 months ago by Down. Commentary on this one is by Jim Carney.
Referee Jim Kern of Tyrone starts his first Ulster senior final. In the middle of the field, four of the biggest, most powerful players in the country. Malloy and Murray of Donegal, McGilligan and Heaney of Derry. The first foul of the match. Donegal playing with the wind. Martin McHugh, a key man for Donegal, playing on the right flank of their forward line with his brother James outside him. Martin McHugh with the first scoring chance of the match. A great point, a great kick by Martin McHugh, one of the best kickers of the ball in the business, and in the first minute of the match he has given Donegal the lead. Knocked down towards Declan Bateson for Derry, and he wins Derry's first free of the match. This is Enda Gormley. Very accurate left foot, Enda Gormley. He tries to pull that one round. He has succeeded. That's a nice point. It was perfectly judged into the wind by Enda Gormley. Henry Downey it was who knocked it down, but James McHugh giving a good ball to Donald Reid, an attacking right half-back for Donegal, who has kicked lots of points in a good career, and he has now kicked another beauty. Donald Reid it was who came up, took a good pass from the alert, vigilant James McHugh, and landed a very sweet point, Donald Reid. The breeze pulling that one back. Damien Cusker's kick out. Here comes Anthony Malloy again for Donegal, but Derry there in numbers. Donegal playing a two-man full forward line of Tony Boyle and Declan Bonner. Dermot McNichol, who wasn't in the game in the early minutes. John McGurk in support. Damien Cassidy in support. Looking through for Bateson, knocked down by Noel Hegarty. And the clearance completed by Matt Gallagher, the Donegal full-back. Looking for Martin McHugh. Slipping through, but won by Brian McGilligan, playing it through towards Dermot McNichol. Joyce McMullen back there to help for Donegal, free to Donegal. Unmarked, Henry Downey. His clearance was a little loose, however. Martin Gavigan's ball, looking for Bonner, Declan Bonner, knocking it down to Tony Boyle. There's a point there for Tony Boyle. Loose play by both sides there, and Declan Bonner eventually knocked that ball down to Tony Boyle, who popped it over to give Donegal a 2-point lead. McGilligan goes highest, Downey in support, the Derry captain, and John McGurk in support of his Lavey clubmate. A player that goes forward with confidence, no little skill, and he's fouled. Derry playing into the wind. Anthony Tohill with the kick. It looks a good kick. It is a beautiful kick by Anthony Tohill. This 20-year-old student, 14 stone 7, 6'4", one of the great young stars in the game. Well, it certainly favoured a right-footed kicker, but Anthony Tohill had the power to get the distance and the point. Well, Danny Quinn gets good distance into the breeze as Enda Gormley snaps it up and gives it to McNichol in support. McNichol halted momentarily, works his way out of trouble. Cassidy going through, free to Derry. That was good work in tight play there by McNichol especially. He used his skill and close control, slipped that ball to Cassidy. Cassidy slipping his way through. And Donegal won't mind about the free because there was danger there as McNichol and Cassidy began to side their way through. Enda Gormley, he loved that position. The angle absolutely dead right, and that was easy for Enda Gormley. Their level influence. 3 points apiece as Tony Boyle snaps up a nice one, gives it to James McHugh, who has put it wide. That was a good chance for Donegal, and with the wind especially, they'll need to be popping those ones over. There's the big crowd in Convent Hill, this a natural amphitheatre, and there the special atmosphere of an Ulster final can be most keenly felt. A very good kick out by Damien McCusker, looking for the big man Anthony Tohill, knocked over the sideline by Martin Shovlin, very experienced Donegal defender, knocked down to Declan Bateson on the run. Play on, says the referee, and well blocked down there by Martin Gavigan, but McNicholl picks up the pieces and picks up the point. Good work by Dermot McNicholl. It's Dermot McNicholl's first score. The chance had fallen to Declan Bateson. It was very well blocked down by Martin Gavigan, but McNicholl, whose concentration was admirable, was very accurate in finishing. Martin McHugh plays a good ball to Tony Boyle out in front of his marker Tony Quinn, but getting into a little bit of trouble, and Anthony Tohill swings. He knew just as he was swinging that it would be dangerous. He wasn't really able to pull out of it. Tony Boyle there getting past Danny Quinn. Tohill comes in, eyes on the ball, and he just knew it as he pulled that the Donegal man would be going down. James McHugh then with the free for Donegal, and it has gone over the bar with the struggle, and considering how hard Tony Boyle had to work there, it was the very least that Donegal deserved. James McHugh the scorer. Danny Quinn's ball cut out by Martin Shovlin. Matt Gallagher looking for Anthony Malloy to come loose. Anthony Malloy cutting infield into a bit of trouble. The foul by Brian McGilligan. Too high, too dangerous, says referee Jim Kern. And now both Derry midfielders have been booked. Barry McGowan is in for Donegal in place of Tony Boyle, who obviously could not continue. And Gary Coleman, son of Derry manager Eamon Coleman, has been penalised for overcarrying there. And this should be a good chance, very, very good chance, for Declan Boner to give Donegal a 1-point lead. Donegal substitution. Declan Boner then, straight over a Donegal lead. A few years ago, that would have been an easy one for Martin McHugh, but from that angle now, it's Declan Boner who takes them for Donegal. Kieran McKeever now. Well given by Enda Gormley to Dermot McNicholl, who had to slip a high tackle, and the referee Jim Kern is going to take out the book for John Cunningham of Killybegs in Donegal. And John Cunningham of Donegal has been sent off by referee Kern. John Cunningham has to leave the field because the tackle was too high on Dermot McNicholl. Declan Bateson, the Derry man, fouled here. Enda Gormley, even into the wind, will have a real go at this one. It suited Enda Gormley, and he got it. That's a lovely kick by the Derry sharpshooter. Derry looking for the lead point of the second half, and they've got it. Now Damien Barton, who has come in for the second half for Derry, has given his side a lead, and in the conditions now on the wind and a man short, it's really up to Donegal to hold out. Gary Coleman there is the loose man for Derry, but it was his fullback Danny Quinn who got in a punched clearance. Danny Quinn has to work hard, but he has done well, Danny Quinn. Now Barry McGowan, the Donegal substitute, sub for Tony Boyle. Damien Barton, of course, is in for Derry, and tall young Anthony Tohill is the Derry man who was withdrawn at half-time. Perhaps because of an injury he incurred in that incident involving Tony Boyle. And at long last, Donegal get it right. Tommy Ryan, the man who puts it over, after Donegal has shot 4 wides. Donald Reid for Donegal, very, very free. You'd think really that it was Donegal who had the extra man. The hard-working Tommy Ryan, who'll get onto his left again and try for the point. A very good kick by Tommy Ryan. Great marksmanship, but strange really that the Derry defence are standing off their man and allowing the likes of Tommy Ryan so much freedom. Barton drives it forward for Derry towards Seamus Downey, and Matt Gallagher wins it, and it hasn't been Seamus Downey's afternoon. Gary Walsh, Donegal sensing that there's something to happen for them here. Their 4th Ulster final in a row, but now the loose man tells. Gary Coleman. Well taken there by Enda Gormley. Given in to Seamus Downey. There's a goal here for Seamus Downey, and it's come off the post. It can still come, however. Cassidy drives it, Downey drives it. Downey is the man who puts it in. This is Seamus Downey, faced by Gary Walsh, off the post. A second chance fell to Seamus Downey. Goal, Seamus Downey. Perhaps now we'll have the excitement that was missing in the first half, and indeed we're having the excitement. A well-contested Ulster final now. Martin McHugh trying to get away from Damien Cassidy. A half block by Cassidy, that was enough. McNichol watching the break, but there's no break, as once again Martin Gavigan comes forward. And what a great match Gavigan is having now for Donegal. Donegal have used James McHugh and Declan Boner as free takers. And now they're using Martin McHugh, and Martin McHugh, perhaps the man for the big occasion. He's got a lovely point, and the Donegal flags are flying high again. Well, certainly anxiety in the Derry camp, because they've used their full complement of subs now. Damien Barton first, then John McErlane, and now Joe Brolly is in the Derry side. Entertaining stuff, hard stuff, as Anthony Malloy lifts Donegal. Brian Murray, a good ball by Brian Murray, a great ball by Brian Murray. And now it's all Donegal. Gary Coleman, the extra man, playing more forward now. Dropping it into Downey, holds it well. Downey wants to give it to somebody. He has Gormley there. And this is Enda Gormley. The angle suits him. And there's the equalising point for a revitalised Derry. John McErlane, but into a very crowded area there, and the Derry forward line tactically, positionally at the moment are all at sea. As Noel Hegarty comes forward for Donegal. Has had a good match, Noel Hegarty. Declan Boner, for once, beat Tony Scullion to the through ball. A good shoulder, but it didn't bother Boner. Tommy Ryan gives it to Martin McHugh. There's a point there for Martin McHugh. Yes. Oh, that's a lovely score by Martin McHugh, the man they call on Starfield. Brian McGilligan. Derry finding it so hard to get into scoring positions, and they're in a lot of trouble there, but they win a free. 4 minutes to go as Enda Gormley tries for it and gets it. It was a pressure kick, but Enda Gormley was up to the challenge. McGilligan wins a vital ball, wins it magnificently. He's in a bit of trouble, however, and Donald Reid is able to get it down to James McHugh. And McHugh has men in support, and Donegal's support play has been admirable in the second half, particularly from the half line. Martin McHugh to take it from Donald Reid to Martin Shovlin up attacking. Back to Martin McHugh. There's a man free in front of the goal, but Martin McHugh goes for his own score from a very tight angle. It was very ambitious, but it was brilliantly executed by Martin McHugh. Henry Downey of Labby led Derry to a National League success, but is the championship out of their grasp, or can they spring something in the last, with the last gasp effort? Knocked out for a 45-metre kick, Johnny McGurk's effort. Donegal hoping against hope. Gormley chips it, looking for the goal. Knocked down to the full forward, Downey. His kick is blocked. It's gone out for another 45. Enda Gormley can hardly believe it. Seamus Downey it was who charged through there, looking for a last gasp saving goal. But Donegal there in numbers. Enda Gormley tries again, almost 2 minutes into injury time. McNichol and McGilligan. But it's won there by Donegal, and it's all over. Donegal have done it. They seemed to be up against it in the second half. They were playing into the breeze. They were playing with only 14 men. It was level at half-time, but at the end, it's Donegal. 14 points. Derry, 1 goal and 9.
I asked the boys to play for their pride and the shirt and the disappointment we give to our spectators last year here in Clonus. And there was no way we were going back to the Diamond without the Anglo-Celt Cup tonight, and the boys made that determined promise in the dressing rooms at half-time. And fair play to them. It was them on the pitch that done the business, but it was the training and the 5 months of hard slog that paid dividends here today.
Last year we were totally out of the game, and for our supporters we played rubbish, but this year I think we repaid everybody in full. And we hope to go on from here. Hopefully this will be a stepping stone.
We came out as underdogs into the match. We knew we had it all to do, and I think at half-time it didn't look that good, but the second half we definitely showed what Donegal football is worth.
I think your supporters will never forget the flow of ball there towards that road goal in the second half.
Yeah, well, the supporters in fact were great to us because they were behind us the whole second half. We knew the fact that we were down a man, that we had every man had up his performance by at least 50%, and we knew that both Cork and Meath won All Ireland's with a short of man, so we used that as sport at half-time, and we kind of changed our tactics for the second half, and it was great. It worked out for us, you know.
So congratulations then to Donegal, the Ulster champions for 1992. Well, let's have a look at the statistics from that game. In fact, it was a very low number of wides in the course of the match, with Donegal kicking 9, but Derry a mere 3. The sides were almost level on frees conceded, Derry getting just the extra 1 out of a total of 53. Derry scored just 3 points from play, with Donegal getting 7 scores of their total from open play. And there were 3 bookings and 1 sending off in the course of that match, and a very questionable sending off indeed. Well, 12 months ago, Down manager Peter McGrath was at the centre of Ulster football success. But this afternoon, his role at Clonus was a broadcasting one. He was our analyst for the Ulster final, and afterwards gave his assessment of the game to Jim Carney.
Half was particularly disappointing. No pattern to the play, very scrappy, and Donegal missing a lot of chances playing with the wind. But in the second half, Donegal down to 14 men, and also having lost their full forward Tony Boyle, a remarkable display of courage, resilience, commitment and skill. And I think they did themselves, their team manager and their whole county proud today.
Now, in the second half, Peter, that's when it all happened. Midfield was crucial there, the performances of Anthony Malloy and Brian Murray. What sort of influence did you think they exerted?
I thought that the centre-half back, Martin Gavigan, both midfielders, Murray and Malloy, and as well as that, Martin McHugh, his ability to fetch the ball, to carry the ball and to take it at the Derry defence I think the contribution of those 4 in the second half proved absolutely crucial. But having said that, they were down to 14 men, and every single man had to pull his weight there today. Well, certainly on the evidence of what we saw today, in terms of ability, in terms of application, in terms of self-belief, they aren't lacking anything. And if they can carry those qualities from Clones here today into the All-Ireland semi-final against the Connacht champions, I think they have every opportunity of winning that game and progressing to the All-Ireland final. I think all credit is due to Donegal. They played most of the football here today. They showed all the qualities that are needed to win Ulster titles, and they showed all the qualities that are necessary to have a fighting chance of winning an All-Ireland.
But despite that wallop that he got in the opening minute, the Telecom Éireann man of the match was Martin McHugh, Donegal's corner forward. Some great scores from Martin today. Well, now, just referring back to the Munster final for a moment, if there was one damper on Clare's win for Clare people, it's the fact that apparently the cable link has been down in parts of the country tonight, and you've missed some of the Munster final coverage. We will be showing you a little bit of that later on in the programme. Of course, don't forget you can see it again on the game.